Now we will study about sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, in it, offspring is produced due to the involvement of two sexes, that is male and female. Here in sexual reproduction, the individual, the baby, is only produced if two sexes are involved, that is male and female. If both the sexes are involved, then only the offspring is produced, whereas in asexual reproduction only single parent was involved. Now in this, try to recall reproduction in plants which you studied in class 7th. You will remember that plants that reproduce sexually have male and female reproductive parts, right? Can you name these parts? Now in similar way, animals also males and females have different reproductive parts or organs, and like plants, the reproductive parts in animals also produce gametes that fuse to form a zygote, and it is the zygote which develops into a new individual. This type of reproduction, beginning from the fusion of male and female gamete, is called as sexual reproduction. So just the basic definition is, sexual reproduction, in this process offspring is produced due to the involvement of two sexes, that is male and female. Now let's study the features. It is biparental. Bi means two, that is two parents are involved, and the offspring produced inherits some characters from parents and some new character. The individual that is produced, it inherits, that is it consists of characters, some are of its father, some of its mother, and some are a combination of both of them, that is some of the new characters. Okay, now in it, fusion of gametes, that fertilization takes place. In this there is fusion of gametes. As you can see here, this blue colored are the sperm which are the male reproductive part, and this is the egg which is the female reproductive part. This male reproductive part, that is the sperm, fuse with the egg, and it produces a new individual. Let's study about this in detail. Just understand this. It's a feature that is in it, the fusion of gametes take place. The process is called as fertilization. This process we will study in detail in this chapter itself. Now, reproduction in human beings. Let's study about reproduction in human beings. There are two sexes, male and female. So, for reproduction in human beings, two sexes are involved, male and female. As you can see, this is a male and this is a female. Then, gonads. Gonads are the reproductive organs of the organism. These gonads, they are the reproductive organs through which the organism reproduces. So the male gonad is the testis. This is the male reproductive system. In this pink color part is the important one. As you can see, it is the testis, which is the male gonad. This testis then converts, or we can say then produces the male gamete, that is sperm. Male gonad is the testis. We can say it is a pair of testes. This testis then produces the male gamete, which is the sperm, and this male gamete is used for fusion. So gonads, they are the reproductive organs. Male gonad is the testis, and this testis produces the male gamete, that is sperm. Then female gonad is the ovary. This is the female reproductive system. This green colored is the ovary. They are the pair of ovaries, and this ovary produces the gamete, that is ovum, or we can say egg. Okay, and if still further, this is the, if you can see here, we'll study the detailed structure of female reproductive system. This is the uh, fallopian tube. Then this is the ovary, as we saw. This is the vagina, which is in which the excretory part, the wastage is removed through that. Then fertilization. Fertilization is the fusion of male and female gamete to produce first cell, that is zygote. So this, as you saw, that the male and female gamete, male gamete is the sperm, this blue colored sperm, and the female gamete is the egg. The male and female gamete, that is the sperm and egg, they fuse and they produce the first cell, that is the zygote. Always remember, it could be asked as an MCQ, that which is the first cell which is produced after the process of fertilization. You should know that it is zygote. So the fusion of male and female gamete to produce first cell, that is zygote. Then there are two types of fertilizations: external fertilization and internal fertilization. External fertilization is, in this the male release sperms and female lay eggs. The male will release the sperm and the female will lay the eggs, and the fusion of egg and sperm takes place outside the parent's body. External means outside. So here the fusion of sperm and egg will take place outside the parent's body. It is generally seen in aquatic animals. Aquatic organisms, they reproduce they undergo external fertilization. As you can see, during spring during spring or rainy season, frogs and toads, they move towards the ponds, or we can say they move towards the slow flowing streams. So there, when the male and female come together in water, the female lays hundreds of eggs. The female frog lays hundreds of eggs, and frog's egg is not covered by a shell. Like you can see, the hen's eggs, they are covered by a shell, but frog's eggs are not covered by a shell, and a layer of jelly holds the eggs together and provides protection to the eggs. A layer of jelly is there which holds all the eggs, all the hundreds of eggs together, and it provides protection to the eggs. And as the eggs are laid, then the male deposits sperm over them. When the female lays the eggs, then the male it deposits its sperm over them, and each sperm swims randomly in water with the help of its long tail. With the help of its long tail, each sperm, it swims in the water, and then the sperm slowly comes in contact with the eggs, and this results in fertilization. So here, this type of fertilization, where the fusion of egg and sperm takes place outside the parent's body. Parent's body means outside the body of female. It is called as external fertilization. It is very common in aquatic animals, we can say, such as fish, starfish, etc. Then internal fertilization. In this, male releases sperm in female body. We know that fertilization takes place in though both the parents are involved, but only the fertilization process will take place in the female's body. So here the male releases sperm in the female body, and fertilization occur inside female's body, and when the baby is fully formed, then it is delivered out. When the baby is formed fully, it is delivered out. If you see, this is the process of internal fertilization. First, the zygote is produced, that is, when the sperm and egg fuses, it produces the first cell, that is zygote. So zygote is the first cell formed after fusion. Then balls of cell, they are arised from single celled zygote. From this is the single celled zygote, and then balls of cell, like this way, small balls of cell arises from this single celled zygote. We term it as embryo. Then developing baby, the baby which develops after 8 weeks of fertilization. After the 8 weeks of fertilization process, the developing baby is termed as fetus. And when the baby is with fully developed organs, when all the organs of the baby are developed, we term it as infant. So this is the process of internal fertilization. So first of all, whenever there is fusion of egg and sperm in the female's body, the first cell form is the zygote. This zygote is a single celled, and then it gives rise to balls of cell, which is termed as embryo. Then after 8 weeks of fertilization, the baby that is developed is termed as fetus. And when the baby develops all its organs, the baby with fully developed organs is termed as an infant. This is the structure figure representation. This is the zygote, which is a single celled. Then it gives rise to small balls of cells. As you can see here small balls of cells are, these small structures are there. This is embryo. Then this is the fetus. This is how the baby looks after 8 weeks of fertilization. We term it as fetus. And then when the baby is developed with all the organs, we term it as infant. This is the structural representation. So today it's this much. Today this much only. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. And for the next lecture, we are going to study about animals, that is the development of embryo. This embryo development we are going to study, and we are going to study about viviparous and oviparous animals. Okay, this much only for today. Thank you and have